farm selling seedlings for fruits and vegetables, the Michigan NPR affiliate reported. Currently, there is a ban on all plant sales at the market. So that is a big portion of our May market, and so we might have to limit particular vendors at that time. Fulton Street Market Executive Director Rory Jean Trench told the radio station. The petty tyrant Michigan leader Governor Whitmer mandates that citizens may not travel to their own second residences, may not buy garden seeds or a can of paint. Such government overreach represents an affront against common sense and our principles of liberty, political pundit Steve Cortez said. The Michigan Farm Bureau told radio station WSJM that the governor should reconsider her decision and reopen nurseries. If they lose this opportunity to sell their products, it is the entire year's worth of income that is lost for this industry, spokesperson Audrey Siebel told the radio station. In a statement, the Farm Bureau wrote, "It's disappointing to hear that the governor's new EO, executive order, does not allow the sale of flower and vegetable plants in a safe manner. It will be a total loss for this industry if they are not allowed to sell their plants over the next 8 weeks." In Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser, also a Democrat, declared that fish markets and farmers markets were no longer essential businesses. Anyone who wanted to operate a market during the pandemic had to obtain a mandatory government-issued waiver. So, let's review. The Democrats wanted to take away our guns, our freedom to assemble, and our religious liberty. And they wanted to take away our ability to grow our own food? Remember what former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger once said, "Whoever controls the food supply controls the people." New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio used the pandemic as cover to declare war on churches and synagogues, announcing an immediate ban on corporate worship. Everyone has been instructed, if they see worship services going on, they will go to the officials of that congregation, inform them they need to stop the services and disperse, the mayor said during a press briefing. If that does not happen, they will take additional action up to the point of fines and potentially closing the building permanently, he stated. He actually ordered police to forcefully shut down peaceful churches. This is not America. This is a police state. Dr. Robert Jeffress, the pastor of First Baptist Church, Dallas, Texas, predicted the Biden administration would be hostile to people of faith. Pastor Jeffress delivered a bombshell news report on my radio show. It turned out the Internal Revenue Service was about to start targeting Christians, and he had the evidence. He said pastors who preach about marriage and biblical sexuality will face the possibility that their tax-exempt status could be revoked. Most recently, a ministry called Christians Engaged was flagged by the IRS, their tax-exempt status denied because they followed, and I quote, Bible teachings affiliated with the Republican Party. They're going to say, when you preach certain things or allow certain things to be said from your pulpit, that is politics, and therefore disqualifies you from tax-exempt status, said Jeffress. That is being tested right now by the IRS. I have absolute impeccable inside sources that there are some test cases going on right now. It's strange to imagine such a thing, but the Democrats have an ugly history of using the IRS as their attack dog. During the Obama administration, they actually audited Billy Graham, America's preacher. If Billy Graham was fair game, the rest of us are doomed. And that brings me to a speech Biden delivered that has become known as the Darth Brandon Address from the Temple of Doom. Führer Biden announced to the world that the greatest threat to the United States is not Russia or China or Iran. He said the greatest threat to our nation is conservatives. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.